Welcome everyone to episode 6, where we'll be talking about building the perfect film crew on a budget.
Yeah, and that is a hard thing to do. And if you're going to go bare bones, and I mean absolute minimal, I would say you are going to at least need a producer to deal with all the producing stuff, a director for the actual, vision of the film, and a DP who can actually make that vision, come true. I would say that that is your bare minimum no matter what.
Super bare minimum. That's what we did in school. Film school. That's what we did. We had a 3-man crew. But to keep in mind, we knew how to do everything else as well. So even though you only, having those 3 people, everyone else still needs to, they all still need to know how to at least light the room, at least have a little knowledge on everything else. And anyone can be a grip. Y'all can just move stuff, but
yeah, and that's, being able to be a wild card and move around to all positions on a film set is just, that's a game changer for finding a job in the industry in itself. If you don't want to freelance and you want to use your freelance, if you don't want to freelance, forever, and you just want to use your freelancing gig to build a resume, you can sit there and, build all those skills and then go find a job that way with all that proven, track record right there to get you the job you're looking for.
Right. And also, lucky for us, we did go to film school, so we was able to network, and we can get people on set for cheap or for free, depending on the project and what we are expecting the project to do. We're at a point now to where we pay people. We're lucky enough to be at that point. But yeah, definitely if you have friends that can help you out, and you can teach your friends how to do things, on the set. So even if they never been on set, teach them how to do it. Show them, hey, move this here, move this there. Just do what you need to do to make sure you can get the shot in that, you get the project complete.
Right, yeah. Friends and family can easily fill any of the crew position roles. I would not recommend using friends and family for the talent roles, though, because that's
Absolutely
a whole different
not.
topic.
Absolutely not. No. For us, when we do our sets, my family, when we were doing the pilot, a lot of my crew, different things were family members. The wardrobe was family members. The craft service was family members. Certain things, you can literally just get your family to do, and a lot of them really want to be a part of it. So, it'll be easy. Have them iron whatever you need. Have your mom or dad or someone cook the food and then just bring it to set. Whatever helps you save money, do that.
And you had a good point with film school being able to network. If we're being honest, the main thing for film school is networking. That's the main thing you're going to get out of going to film school.
Yep.
If you expect a job from film school, sorry.
Never.
But if you expect to, make long-term lifetime relationships with people in the industry that you have gone to school with and then now want to build a career with, bingo, that's what you're doing in film school.
Yes.
And with that, once you're out of film school, where do you go to network from there? You go to film festivals and, go to everything at the film festivals, talk to people, mingle around, bring business cards, trade the business cards.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make connections that way. All these people are hungry, and a lot of people are willing to negotiate prices, especially if it's a project they think will be successful.
Right. And definitely big on mingling, and especially at the film festivals. I know there's a saying where it's hard to get in the in crowd and all this. But I went to the Cannes Festival and I talked to a lot of people. I never felt like they didn't want me around or felt like I wasn't supposed to be there. They were actually pretty nice and giving me feedback on the project that I took out there, giving me tips, and some of them was asking, was I going to the next one? Because apparently a lot of them just travel to these big film festivals year round, so definitely make sure that you're networking and not scared to network and not scared to get out there.
Yeah, this is a good time to, practice your negotiation skills. Once you meet these connections, a lot of people have their own certain rates, and people gotta realize it's a low budget. Like, what you're trying to do is, more of an artistic vision. You're not somebody with some big budget. So if they're willing to negotiate their prices with you, one, that means that that's probably somebody you are willing or wanting to work with, because they're willing to work with you to make, your art project come true.
Right. And if they're willing to work with you, you're going to save money. And it's probably going to look good, because even like if they're willing to work, I mean they're still putting their name on it, so they still want it to look, professional. So, just keep all that in mind whenever you're like building these crews and making these connections with people.
Right. And we talked about, like, the bare bone crew. If you want to talk about a more bare bone crew, but more of an actual set production, you're going to want your producer, your director, your DP. You want a camera team, you want a grip team, you want a gaffing team, you want PAs, you want somebody on crafty, you want a makeup team, you want a wardrobe team. All of this adds up. So if you're a small budget production, a lot of these things can be a one man team or one person team. It's just, you want to get the right people in the right roles. So when you're building your crew, you want to make sure you vet everybody, so if they're actually capable of doing what they say they can do.
Right. And also make sure the script is something that's not crazy ridiculous, that you need a whole bunch of people, right? So if you have like the small crew, just make sure that, it's doable with the little bit of people that you will have on set.
Yeah, and there's certain things, like, say you're making a specific project that's heavily relying on the visual aspect of the storytelling. Well, maybe you do want to spend your a good portion of your crew budget on the DP and the camera equipment, because your story heavily relies so much on such a successful visual portion of the storytelling. So you want to just make sure, don't splurge on something unless you need it. Save, everywhere that you can.
Yes. A lot of my budget, especially first going in, a lot of my money went towards the DP and the audio person, because I felt like me and you knew how to do a lot of things anyway. So I felt like those two were where my money is going. Anything else, I can figure it out, because we did learn it. I don't mind getting my hands dirty if I'm producing. So definitely put your money where you know you really really need it, like your important people.
It's a very good point. Even when I was just listing all of the different crews and teams just now, I completely left out audio entirely. And that is one of your biggest, you know, areas where you're going to be spending money, especially when it comes to post production. So you want to get your audio right on set so you don't have to spend even more on stuff like ADR and post production.
Right. ADR is not where sometimes it's necessary, but that's not what you don't want to go there. At least I don't.
You want to again, you just want to make sure you're hiring the right people. Don't just bring people on because they can say they can do this and that. Look at their reels and maybe even get character judgments from other people, because I've been on sets where people literally try and get onto the set just to sabotage the set because they don't like to see other people succeed, and you just don't need that. You don't need that in your life. So you can easily avoid that by doing a little vetting.
Dang, that's crazy, and that's something to think about when you're on other people's sets. Like, word of mouth goes a long way with the industry being so small. So, ask around. Look at their reels. Look at what they have. Make sure they've done what's on their reel. Ask the question.